All right, my name is Nick Martinez, and I'm doing Sweden's economy. This is a map of Sweden, and some interesting facts about Sweden is that the growing season in Sweden can range between 240 days and 120 days of the entire year, depending on where you are in Sweden. Another one is one third of the population who attend school will go on to attend universities and colleges throughout Sweden. All right, some of the resources: land. In southern Sweden, they mainly produce wheat, barley, sugar beets, and oilseeds, potatoes, and staple vegetables. In northern Sweden, they mainly focus on hay and potatoes. Another interesting note is that half of Sweden's forest land is privately owned, while the other one fourth is company owned and publicly owned. Labor. The in Sweden, the labor force is around 5.556 million as of 2021. The labor force is divided into three occupations. Agriculture is calculated at 2%, industry is calculated at 12%, and services is calculated at 86%. For the capital, Sweden has more of an export economy and typically has a trade surplus. Sweden's real GDP growth rate is 5.08%. Sweden is a free market capitalist economy. Since they are free market capitalism based, Sweden offers extensive welfare benefits that the citizens of Sweden all rely on. The entrepreneurial ability, Sweden's economic freedom score is 77.5, which makes them the 10th ranked country in the world in 2023. In the European region, Sweden is ranked 7th out of 44 countries. All right, for the current event, one of the more current events that happened in Sweden was major flooding and landslide damage due to thunderstorms. This is abnormal for Sweden as they aren't really prone to flooding there. Yes, it can happen, but it doesn't happen very often. Sweden is one of the countries with the lowest casualty rates for deaths caused by a natural disaster. So this is a little concerning to any economy as no one would want their home damaged. This might cause panic in the economy and very well could lead to other things that will turn damage the economy even more. So this is a graph. You can tell that the agriculture products in the houses go down. So they go to the left over here. Some of the goals in economic statistics. So the inflation. Sweden's inflation rate has been inconsistent in the last couple of years, but is not a significant concern for them. In 2020, the inflation rate was 0.5%, and in 2021, the inflation rate increased by 1.66%, which makes it 2.16%. The unemployment rate for Sweden is 8.66% in 2021, which is higher than Finland, Lithuania, and the Netherlands. In 2019, the unemployment rate was 6.83%, and in 2020, the unemployment rate was 8.29%. The real GDP and per capita GDP in 2021, Sweden's real GDP was 558.427 billion. In 2022, the GDP was 574.877 billion. Sweden's GDP has increased by about $27 billion between the 2 years. For economic growth, Sweden's real GDP growth rate has been inconsistent within the past few years. In 2021, the growth rate was 5.08%. In 2022, the growth rate was 2.6, which means that it dropped 2.48% in 1 year. All right. Area of concern. The most significant concern for Sweden as of right now would be the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate was the highest out of all any other countries that were compared to Sweden. In 2022, the unemployment rate was 8.29%, and in 2021, it was 8.66%, which means it's only increasing, which is very concerning. All right. For the fiscal policy, in Sweden, the fiscal policy is a slightly contractionary stance for 2023. In November of 2022, Sweden proposed a budget called the Budget Bill. With the Budget Bill, the government presents the overall proposals for allocating central government expenditure between different activities in the estimated expected revenue. Here's a graph of the fiscal policy. For the monetary policy, Sweden's monetary policy's main objective is to maintain a low and stable rate of inflation. In 2022, the policy rate happened to increase throughout the whole year to be able to stabilize the economy. The inflation will decrease and the economy growth also decreases. Also, the unemployment will increase. While the growth slowed down, the labor market performance was doing really good. Here is a graph of the monetary policy. The international trade. So the top trading partners, when it comes to importing, exporting goods, Sweden's number one trading partner is Germany. Sweden's other main trading partners are also the United States, Norway, and Denmark. One of the reasons why Germany is one of the top trading partners for Sweden is because they're close together in the trade agreements. Sweden is a member of the EU, and Sweden takes an active part in preparations and work during the ongoing negotiations led by the EU. Some top imports and top exports. Top imports: cars and vehicles, crude petroleum, refined petroleum, broadcasting equipment, and computers. Some of the top exports are cars and vehicles, refined petroleum, packaged medicines, lumber, iron, and broadcasting equipment. The pattern of trade. The pattern of trade for Sweden doesn't make too much sense because they are importing and exporting the same exact goods. So it's like, what are they even benefiting from? It would make more sense if Sweden would import goods that are limited to them and export goods that are a surplus to them. And here are my references. Thank you for watching.